Yes, I've probably been arrested, I would say, probably 12 to 15 times. And then I have quite a handful of convictions. And then they just increased in severity up until, the end part where, was obviously dealing and doing drugs, and we got busted. So there was a drug bust, and that was the moment when they came in and, swooped me up with the dogs, put me in the jail. And
for how long were you in jail?
the last time, which was 8/15/14 is my clean date. So that is the day. I think it was like 2:00 in the morning that day is when the dogs came in, the police came in, and I got in the back of that cop car, and I was just relieved because I knew that this chapter was done. Like, I had no way. It's like so much pride that I had the resources where I could ask mom and dad for help. I could reach out to lots of options, but I just didn't want to take them. I guess I wasn't ready at that time. Yeah, so then I was in jail at that point. I was grateful. I mean, my inmate ID, they would make fun of me because I'd be smiling all the time. I was just happy. And so they would just think I was crazy, but I honestly feel like I was blessed to be plucked out of the situation because it was just a matter of time. It was a matter of any second, any moment, the next hit I do is going to kill me. I spent my 40th birthday, in prison at Coffee Creek. My grandma, I remember her writing me a letter specifically in prison that said she's still praying for me. And at that point, I'm like, well, you quit praying for me because it's not working. Look where I'm at. Even though I was grateful to be there, I was still angry. Like, why is this happening? And all this woe is me stuff. And it was I think it was an afternoon. We weren't supposed to be out of the dorms. I was in the dorms at that time at prison. And so I left with another lady to go out to the soda machine. Like, we weren't supposed to, but we did it anyway. And across the way, Betty was going into a prison fellowship a church service, which took forever. The waiting list for it was so long. And she was mentoring a lady. Anyways, so she looked across the courtyard. And she goes, you. And so I ran over there. And she goes, you can come. I'm Betty Howard. They won't care. So I ran over there and talked to her. And she just said that she feels like the Lord sent her there for me.
Wow.
And I know that it's the webbing of it's crazy because my grandma prayed that I would find peace in God in prison. And then Betty shows up. And then the waiting list for prison fellowship church service was like months and months long. And she goes, no, come on. So I went right to church with her, and she told the guards. And then she says, I'm going to mentor you. And then that was it. Like 8-10 months of mentoring with her. And that was it. Got baptized on the prison yard in a bucket of water. Yeah, it was amazing.